Here's what Edward did. You know, thinking he was slick, scenting up his baits, getting ready for game time, right? But see how this bait sits? All the scent fell out. And it's on his reel, and it's on there.
Oh no! On the brand new reel too.
But this one is full of scent still. So only scent your bait that's upside down. Don't set the bait that's gonna sit that way.
Until you're ready to go.
Until you're ready to go, exactly.
Well, that was the perfect intro because that's what you're gonna see today. In this episode, you're gonna see a masterclass on how to fish hookup baits for rockfish.
Yes.
We got Chad, owner, creator of Hookup Baits. He's been tying everyone up, giving everybody a bunch of different tips.
Yeah. Went through 3 packs of #2 owner swizzles.
Yeah. We're on a 2-day trip.
Yes.
Today we're on the Avenger out of Morro Bay Landing. And then tomorrow,
Yep, the Patriot out of Avila, the Patriot landing.
yeah, so what you're gonna see is a combined 2 days of fishing and just events that'll come up. We're gonna fish deep.
Yeah, today will be deep, tomorrow will be shallow, a little bit of mix of everything, using big, heavy baits to small baits. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, so you'll see how to rig them, how to fish them, and you'll see some epic catches. But also, I wanna say, stay till the end because we actually have a huge announcement that you guys are gonna love. Anything else before we start fishing?
No, let's slay. Let's do it. Come over here. I got all the baits we need right here. Okay, you're gonna need, to start off with, you need the reel that has the most line on it for yourself. Tying on the #2 3-way swivel, owner. First leader should just be about arm's length. Not super long arm length, just arm's length. Tie bait on the one that you just did arm length. And again, simple, double improved clinch knot, fisherman's knot, trailing knot. Knot has too many names to name. So your heavier bait, or if you're doing two size, same size baits, goes on that one. And take your second leader, tie it to your swivel. And the second one, I just lift it up to where that bait's hanging, and it's easy to measure out where you want it. You want it about 5 inches from the other bait, so about right there. So he got 2 3-ounce baits on here. We're going to go 400 feet. Be no problem getting down there. Be a total of 6 ounces, and he's dialed in to catch some big old reds, just like that. Ba-bam.
All right, guys, let's give it a shot. All the way down the bottom. Let's give it a shot, guys. Do a couple of these. Red tide's making these fish kind of awkward. So let's see guys, let them go all the way down.
See how fast it comes off? That's what you want. Faster your line comes off the reel, the better that bait's gonna swim. Should be getting close.
That's a good fish. That's a nice fish.
Oh,
It's not me.
This might be a double. It might be. Oh!
Came up sideways, made it feel even better.
Nice.
Look how beat up that thing is. Look at that. I did feel about a quarter of the way up. I was like, holy crap. It stopped me from reeling, which takes a lot. Yeah, so when you put these baits away, instead of hooking them to your eyes and you got one dangling that's gonna tangle up everything around it, point your rod straight up, put your hooks, your baits about right where your reel is. Just put your rod under your arm, go hook to hook, and then just pull it and put it on your reel handle. And then tighten it up, okay? That works, but if you have one of these holders, it works even better.
that's awesome.
so yeah, so that's plan A. That holds it there and never goes away.
Yeah.
This is plan B. You'll quickly see, sometimes if they're biting, they all get bit. But then sometimes you'll see just the brown ones bringing up majority of the fish, or just the red one, you know. So you'll quickly find out what's the color of the day, you know, within about 10, 15 minutes of fishing with double rigs, 2 different colors, all the same type of baits, you know. So you can see the color does make a difference. The same bait, just in different colors, the only thing different. So I'm starting with a mint. I did really good in Alaska on the mint with the lean cod. So, and my biggest ling caught ever in British Columbia was also on a mint. So it seems like the big ling's like a mint. So I got a 6-ounce mint and then 3-ounce or 2-ounce brown with it.
I don't even know what it is.
Good.
Let's go. Oh!
Yeah, but leave
Yeah!
Leave it head. Leave
Woo!
it head in the water.
That's right, Mark.
Yeah, here.
With the color wise, people say, well, that, you know, we're fishing 400 feet here or 350. The color don't matter. Well, to our eyes, it don't matter. To a fish's eye, I believe it's totally different because of something like this, doing this over and over again. During our bass fishing, fish definitely see a color at 400 feet. When they're coming up every time on a mint over a red, they're definitely seeing a color. There's something to it, right? So they do see color down there, and it does matter, and it's more of matching what they're feeding. If they're eating a lot of shrimp and crab and stuff like that, they're going to be eating the pinks and red crabs. If they're eating a lot of fin bait, they're going to be eating the mints, the sardines. If they're eating rockfish, they're going to be eating the browns, the oranges, you kind of things, the chubs. And the chub also mimics squid and octopus really well. It's more of matching the hatch than water conditioning, light conditioning more than anything else. It's matching what the fish are eating is to me the biggest thing. Finally got a good one. This is just basically saving your arms and shoulders. Put the rod right there and crank. Just keep it bent and crank. And people like say you can't fish deep water with spinning gear. Well, we're just 400 feet with a 6,000 Saragossa, catching something that has a little bit of weight to it. This is a 9-foot Terramar, medium heavy. There we go, there we go. Big bait, big fish. So that Picaccio is what jumped on second.
Yesterday was day 1. It is day 2 officially. Chad, break down yesterday and then transition into today.
Yeah, okay. Yesterday out of Morro Bay, we did an Avenger. We did the deeper 350, 300 majority of the day. I used a 6-ounce and a 3-ounce. A lot of people were using a 6-ounce and a 1.5, or a 4-ounce and 1.5. A lot of the bigger baits to get down deeper and catch a big fish. And I got those 2 big Picaccios on the 6-ounce. Today we're going to do shallow water more. We're going to Point Sal. We're on the Patriot at Avila Patriot Landing, and we're going to do the shallow water stuff, which is actually what made the baits popular, is the shallow water rock fishing up here. So the tried and true double rig 1.5 is what we're going with. What I like to do is do a 1.5 big game and then a 1.5 bullet. So you got the 2 different profile baits. So you got a 4-inch bait and a 6-inch bait. So you got 2 profiles, but they're both the same weight. They're gonna sink down together, and do the whole gliding down together and everything, and do really well. So on my other rod, I have a 1.5 and then a 5/8 on there. So that's if we're catching the smaller gophers and the, you know, just the browns and stuff. Sometimes that little bit lighter bait on your shorter rig will get hit a lot, that 5/8 size. So
Yep.
So, you know, I got it's light rockfish and then a lighter rockfish setup kind of going there. So
Yeah, it's definitely effective. It worked well yesterday.
Yeah.
But I will take this as an opportunity. Hookup Baits, follow them on Instagram right here. Follow me on Instagram too. If you guys, it'll magically appear through the magic of editing right here. Yeah, we're going to continue to post when we do these kind of trips. The beautiful thing about these trips, what made me think about it, is this color. Hey Chad, is this available anywhere?
no.
No. So he has this giant box that he brings onto
Yeah.
these trips that everybody can use. Today we have 27 people on the Patriot with us today, and everyone is free to go into
Yeah.
the box, try new things. So a lot of what you're gonna see on these sponsored trips by Hookup Baits are things you're not even gonna find in any store,
I
any
use
website,
the
anything.
passengers as testers.
Yeah.
And if somebody's just killing it on a bait that I made in that box, okay, that's something that goes in the memory bank of I might need to start making that bait. So the box is full of blems. That's where all the blems go. is, you know, on my desk, and then the limbs are brought out for people to use. But then there's a lot of baits I just want to test, you know, get people using them, just see how, you know, I'm keeping an eye kind of on everybody and seeing what they have tied on and what's working. So, and that's part of what these trips are about.
All right, perfect timing. We just made it to the first spot, 90 feet of water.
Yep, perfect.
Let's see Chad work his magic, and we're going to continue doing what we did yesterday, and he's going to keep on throwing out tips on how to use the hookup baits to catch rockfish.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are excited.
Well, I'm starting with the green pumpkin. It's a new color that we put out recently. I've been catching absolutely everything, freshwater and saltwater, really well on it. Haven't really tried it on rockfish, so that's why I got tied on. And then, of course, the bullet rainbow trout, which is not available, so don't look for it. But we're trying it out here. With rockfish, I don't do a lot of jigging. A lot of times it's on the fall, where most of your bites come from. So it's a lot of just watching your slack loop down there, waiting for it to do a twitch. And then when you get that big bow, that means you're on the bottom. What I like to do is just kind of lift it, and I'll just slow wind. Slow wind. Not a lot of rod movement at all. Slow wind it off the bottom. You're slow winding it, those baits are just coming, they're kind of swimming back and forth like this with that slow wind. It's plenty of action for us rockfish. And I'll wind it about 10 cranks. And then open it up and let it fall again. Pretty simple technique.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. I got a fish, first drop. Oh, nice cabbie. Oh, that's legal. That's a keeper, baby.
Nice round. All right, up and over, guys. Up and over.
Here, let's go. Yeah.
So, this is mended, right? Good stuff to have. It'll save you some money. It's not glue, see? It's not sticky at all. It's a solvent that chemically softens the plastic, then quickly dries. So it's like welding it back together, all right? So when you have a bait, this is the bait. I caught a 30-pound white sea bass on this bait yesterday. Tore it just a little bit right there, right? And that can affect your action. When your tail can come down like that, that's gonna affect the action of the bait a little bit. If they're biting, they're still gonna bite that, right? It's still gonna fall, but it's when you jig it, it's gonna do this. Too much tail flop because it's tore up the middle. So what you can do, just take that bait off, put a new one on, and while the boat's moving to the next spot, have a bottle of this mended in your bag. See the tear right there? Just put it in between the tear, put it together, and then I usually do one more little coat over the top of it. And this also works when you have bite marks. It'll smooth out the bite marks on the bait too, the fuzzy look. Make sure you close this because it dries super fast. So don't have the bottle open for very long at all. And this will dry be usable within a minute. See, as you can see, it's already stuck together. And then within a minute, it'll be totally bonded together in your brand new bait. Like I said, 30-pound white sea bass on that bait yesterday, and it's like a brand new bait today. Sell it at hookupbaits.com. It's actually hard to find, but we carry it on our website just for that reason.
Guys, while I'm up here, we're going to switch gears here. Catching a few fish, but when it's like this,
He's gonna take us to the promised land.
Unfortunately, here.
Well, but we're gonna have to go deep.
Make a run, guys. We're gonna make a run, about an hour run from here, out to some deeper water, where we've been having some pretty silly fishing lately.
So we are switching up the game plan right now. We are heading an hour away to a spot with fish at like 350 feet. Giant reds, they've just been doing really, really well out there. So we did switch up the game plan. We're gonna head there. So an hour that way, be able to fish for a couple hours, or maybe faster because we might limit really fast and then head home. But hopefully we'll see some monsters. But I got a 6-ounce hookup bait tied on with a 3-ounce hookup bait, 9 total ounces. Hopefully that'll get me down. A lot of people on the boat are throwing like 1-pound weights too, so we have to be really mindful about where our lines are going, but that's definitely a tip for you too. Keep an eye on your lines Keep them tight, stay in front of them.
Well, and that's another thing with the hookup baits, like Edward's saying, you know, that depth, you got to be mindful of your line. If you can cast this setup, it helps so much, you know, and that's being able to cast a big conventional reel with that, a big setup like this, a big 6 ounce and a 3 ounce helps a lot. That gets your line out there when everybody else's is here. And that's kind of what's nice about a big spinning rod. You know, it's not the ideal thing for fishing deep, but it's really easy to cast a big setup like this, the big baits on a spinning rod. I can hook this sucker way out there, and I never get in the tangles that happens all around the boat, so.
Smart. Literally like 2 weeks ago.
On 370 all the way down.
All right. What's going on there? Color! Whatever! Oh my god! That's a freaking tank! That is a tank! That is a tank!
Doesn't look like your lure is long.
I'm sorry. 370 feet down, this guy.
6 ounce mint.
Yeah, bud.
Hookup baits for the win.
3, 2, 1.
All right, we got the trout colored hookup bait, flipped it out as far as I could, and before I could even jig it, hooked up with this big old red here. Look at that thing. Absolutely smoked it. On the Guggen Black Series rod, too. Beast.
South at around 2000. So yeah, a little over 20 years.
Yeah, so the place that we've been fishing has been closed for over 20 years now. And I just want to do this quick segment just to keep you, the viewers, I want to keep your expectations like realistic, because how do conditions have to be, Jay, for this to go down?
We got to have pretty decent weather conditions. The forecast has to be safe for us to get down here and back. So, you know, we're coming 25 miles south of Port St. Louis, and typically our wind pattern is going to be out of the northwest. So if we have any kind of wind coming, we're going to pound back into it for 2.5 hours, and that can make a 2.5 hour ride a 4 hour ride real quick.
Yeah.
And so it just has to be safe for us to get down and back. And typically that means less than 20 knots of wind and probably maybe 6 or 7 feet of swell or less.
Yeah, I definitely just wanted to manage your expectations. Like, I don't want you to be like, oh, I just booked on the Patriot. I saw on Hook2Cook that like they just nailed them. So it is always, as any fishing, it is dependent on a few factors. One really important one is weather.
Yeah, today was special for sure.
I mean, that graph was just thick with fish. Like, I'm excited one day to see what's under all of that. Can you even throw anything to get past those reds?
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows what's underneath all that stuff, you know? I mean, some folks were getting to the bottom because we were catching the Boscos and stuff. But yeah, that was thick with fish for sure.
Do you foresee the Patriot doing a lot more of these trips, or it's pretty much weather dependent, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have a 10-hour scheduled every Thursday, and if we have the weather conditions, we'll definitely run down here. We have done it on 8 hours at times as well. Just depends on what we think is going on with the other areas we would target. Like today, we tried shallow. It wasn't really producing very much, so we made the call to come out here, and it worked out for us. It doesn't always work out that way, but yeah, so Thursday would be the day to book on the Patriot if you want to try fishing the 10x10. That's when we'll try to go. We'll try to get here every Thursday if we can.
Jay, thank you, man.
Yeah,
that was really epic. How like you came out and you're just like kind of thinking out loud. Jay was like, I don't think this bite like we're currently on, where we were catching those kind of brown rockfish and a few cabezon, it wasn't enough. I just feel like Jay really wanted everybody to be really happy today, and I think he succeeded with that one. So, dude, thank you.
Yeah,
you made the trip amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah,
it was a fun day for sure.
Appreciate you, man. That was freaking awesome.
Thank you.
We didn't forget. Remember in the beginning of the video, we said we have like a really good announcement that you don't want to miss.
Yes.
What is it, Chad?
So, anyone that orders baits off of any of Edward's videos, there's gonna be a code. It's gonna be Hook2Cook 10 or whatever he decides it wants to be.
We're deciding right now. It's Hook2Cook 10.
There you go.
Hook2Cook 10.
Hook2Cook 10. You get 10% off your orders from the hookupbaits.com. So Hookup Baits web store, put Hook2Cook 10, and you'll get 10% off your orders anytime.
Dude, and you know what? I thought I was special for a second. I thought I was
You
special
are
because
special. Come on.
I thought I was special because I.
In many ways,
No,
you're
no,
special.
no, no, no. Yeah, that's true. But I thought that I got free shipping, like because I was like, I was a friend. But
No.
I get free shipping because I spent over $25. So if you guys spend over $25,
Yes.
use the code Hook2Cook10 too.
Yep.
I mean, you save a lot of money.
Yeah,
So-
shipping is free. Any order over $25 is free. Then add Hook2Cook as your code when you check out. Then you get another 10% off on that.
Based on this trip, here's what you want to do. Here's the order operations. You want to order your mint Hookup Baits. That color was
sold
amazing.
Edward on the mint this trip, right?
You couldn't keep the reds off of that. And then you want to look at the weather. Use the Windy app. You want to get onto Patriot Sport Fishing. If the swell, the tide looks good, and it's a Thursday, if all of those things line up, Jay is coming out, and you guys can
Yeah, Jay
replicate.
did an amazing job today putting us on this list. We started up shallow and we're catching fish. This weren't the quality we're looking for. Jay said, let's make this run, and boy, we're glad we made that run. That was about the most epic red fishing you're gonna have. I've gotten reds that fast many times, but not that quality, where you're catching 6 and 8 pounders that fast. It's crazy. It's pretty rad.
We just want to make that special announcement. Hook2Cook 10 saves you money on Hookup Baits. I wouldn't be promoting it if they didn't work. I'm a firm believer,
Yeah.
and I mean, if you work it right, actually, you don't even have to work it right. It'll
Get it
bit.
in the zone. That's all
Yeah.
you need to do.
Just get it
But
in
if
the
you
zone.
work it right, you do catch a little bit more, a little bit better quality. But one other thing I wanted to add that I seen some guys doing when we were fishing this 300 plus stuff, the guys with mono are having a lot harder time. Make sure if you're fishing this deeper stuff, have braided line on. Your sink is going to be faster, smoother, but when you get there, you're going to feel so much more. If you have mono on, it's just a whole lot of stretch. You can't tell if you're tapping the bottom. You can't tell most of your bites. You can't feel. And then if you get snagged, you can't break it. It just stretches too much. So,
And you take everyone else out.
yeah, so just if you're doing these deeper drops, make sure you have some 3, 4, 6 ounce Hookup Baits and braided line. And you're gonna catch fish, and you're gonna catch quality. Everyone catches fish on the shrimp flies and in the squid, but the quality compared to a Hookup Baits is just night and day. I mean, all the fish are 2 to 3 times, 5 times bigger.
And if you have braid, you got that connection, and you can actually shake off the smaller ones.
Yeah,
You can feel it.
Or it's like, a couple of those 8 pounders I caught, I hooked a regular 4 pound red, and because the braid line, I can feel right away. This is a smaller one. You'd stop winding and just kind of let them, and then you feel the bigger one jump on. And you're like, all right, now I'm reeling it up. So with mono, you probably could have filled that kind of detail to be able to tell if you got 1 or 2 on there, kind of thing. So
Yeah, man.
yeah,
Braided line. Save yourself some headaches. Save other people some headaches, and save this man headaches too. All right, now we'll catch you guys later.
yep.